T&A, this single mistake almost cost us $5,000 and weeks of work. Watch till the end to find out why. First of all, this is the customer's living room. We will be replacing the coffee table in the middle and building a turntable that will be in the corner in between the two couches. We're at this huge steel workshop and we ordered our order. Looks amazing. Saves us a lot of time and everything is precise. Now we're going to load it up to the car. Center wheel all loaded up. It's not taking a lot of space, but I put the sit down. Let's go get the wood. Throughout the video, we'll be collecting our friends that helped us along the way. We really believe in outsourcing, but we don't have a competitive advantage. The only exception to that is if we're looking for something that doesn't exist. Bye-bye. These are the one we choose. Next up, we need to go to local woodworker. He's gonna help us flatten all the slabs, because I don't have a planer that's wide enough, so that's what we're gonna do. Let us tell you a story about two guys who thought that they knew what their clients wanted, but at the end, they found the hard way that they really don't. It all started with the original idea of a table made from 3 chunky pieces of plain sawn white oak glued together. T&A! Today we're starting with T&A! לא, תקצר עוד קצת. מה? לא איתי אבל. T&A! T&A! Today we're starting a new project. It's an amazing project, our biggest one yet. To this point, I haven't said or shown anything really special. White oak, plain sawn, you've heard it before, seen it before. But the thing is, they wanted them not to line up, so each piece would appear to be separate from the other ones. After putting them next to each other, it didn't look right, so we consulted the customers, and they agreed with us, so we decided to glue them up the normal way. Little did we know that this single decision will come back to bite us.
Now I'm gonna finish the welds. Come after me. Now we're gonna grind. Look how smooth it is. Like a shake smoothie. I'm gonna weld these brackets over here.
So it has the floating effect. Zuni's done an amazing job. Zuni's scared that this won't be enough to support the whole slab, so he wants to add these two.
After a great weld, now we need to grind all of the schlakas. It's called schlakas because we do like this. Schlakas. I mixed up all the homer.
Sauce.
The sauce. All the magic sauce.
The filament. After it dries, what happens?
Yes, we will nice and smooth.
One eternity later.
Now that the metal filler is all dry, we need to sand it down by hand. Then we'll send it to paint. The whole slab after being marked. Now we need to take it apart and start drilling our dowel hole. Now we're going to be joining up with this simple dowel jig. Now, as a great man once said, let's go ants on pants mode on this beat. We've done it. All the whole dowels are in. Tomorrow we're gonna glue everything up. It's gonna be an amazing day. This is our glue up area. We've got 2 sawhorses and 2 pieces of metal. The wooden slats are gonna go over here, and we're gonna lay on top of them some more metal rods, so everything is nice and straight. Now we're at the glue squeeze out cleaning time. Zoni's taking a wet rag. Wow, amazing. Amazing. What? Where did you learn these techniques? You went to learn carpentry in Japan?
Yeah, in Japanese.
We take this piece over here, put another metal one on, and now we're clamping it so it's straight across the width. This is it, the final glue up. We've basically maxed out the space, our clamps, our metal bars. Now we need to let this slab dry for a couple of days and we'll be back. When I said we maxed out, we literally maxed out. Rod an area here, so we take a chisel and we chip it out. Zoni is mixing up an epoxy powder. He's putting the black paint on. It's not a liquid epoxy like usually we have. It's just a more pasty epoxy. He needs to mix it up and then we're going to put it into the wood. I want the wood itself to get dirty, so I'm masking off all the areas where we don't want it to touch, and then Zoni is going to put in the epoxy. This is the black pudding. Just putting it in. see after curing. Looks really good. Stick to the very end to find out what the client says. This is not foreshadowing it at all. Looks really good. Next up, we need to sand the whole thing.
Now we're gonna sand all the base. I forgot my text. Okay, it's happening.
And again, no test.
We want to test the sanding, so we take the cut off, and I want to test if it's work.
So now we take some metal brush, because we want to get the surface back a bit rough, not sanded smooth. Only wanted it to be on the record. It was his idea. I thought it wouldn't work.
I am the genius.
And it does. This side over here we sanded, and the difference between these two is this is wire brushed and this is not. So the wire brush goes into the small pores. You see these brown, darker brown, and over here you can see they're gone, and then it creates this rustic feel, but at the same time still being smooth, which is what the client wants. So we're gonna do this for the whole slab. Coat looks really good. Second coat, remove the axis with a clean towel. Another day, another coat, and today with us, Dora. Where's your boots, Dora?
Yes.
We flipped the top upside down, put the base on it, and now I'm gonna mark with a drill bit and hammer it in place all the places where we need to put the threaded insert. And after tapping it, it leaves a hole. This is what we're left with. Now I'm gonna drill them out. This was our failed attempt at bending the metal. We sent it to Razuni's brother, and this is what came back. We can't use this. We're trying something else. We're gonna make a lot of small cuts and bend the rod that way, and then weld it up back together.
I'm gonna bend this metal in this radius. So I take this half, and it's do like droop until here. So I take half a centimeter every time.
After cutting, we're using this wheel, clamp it to the table itself. We're gonna clamp one side over here and then try to bend it. We're missing a bit over here. You can see it stretches all the way, but there's still a bit left. So we're gonna cut some more grooves over here. What we've done is we've clamped a 90-degree angle over here. So to ensure that the radius is good and the whole thing is 90 degrees. And we're holding it in place with another cross beam over here. Then we're going to open that up, and this will ensure that it stays together.
You need the
radius.
No, the length of this part.
Okay, so how do you measure it?
I do.
You take this metal string, the small piece. This is the length, and now we check that our measurement is right. From this line over here to over there, and you can see it's exactly the same. So now we know that the cut lines that we make are the good ones. Zoni, how do you sum up day one of welding?
Wow, great day!
Zoni has gone mad from the fumes of the welds. This is the whole thing. It's super hot. Looks like something died here. I don't know.
I don't feel it.
Alzoni is way more manlier than me. But you still don't have your pants off, fucker. These are the leveling feet we're using. So we take these threads, we make a hole, mark the metals over here with this thing. Then we make a hole like we did here with a drill bit, and then we're gonna put it in, and Alzoni is gonna weld it in place so we can level out the whole thing when it's done. Wow, 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 it's about time. Look at this man. Look at them pants. Damn. Amazing.
I don't need to do nothing.
Amazing.
The pants do all.
Amazing. So we fucked up. The thing won't weld because the material is too small. So we'll make a hole again. And then we're going to weld in a nut instead, which will be way stronger.
Yalla.
Round 2. Arzuni is the metal base. The MVP, the Tida, has done it again in full capacity. We're going back to my place. We're going to take these tomorrow for paint.
The 25th of July, my cousin took the Tita for a ride. After stopping at a stoplight, he was rear-ended, and the Tita was no more. May her soul rest in peace. FYI, my cousin is good. Nothing happened to him.
Tell the viewers what you're doing, Arzuni.
Spachtelling, bro. It's when you fall from the college.
Thank you, Igor, from the spray shop. You did an amazing job. The MVP of the video.
This is the pre-finished slab that we bought. It's also made from the same oak, white oak, that we use for the table itself. Its edge isn't really straight. I don't know if you can see it on camera. So first up, we need to make the edge straight with our brand new Makita track saw. First piece. Now we're cutting the 45 by 55 centimeter one, which has the rounded corner. Another mistake, the grain isn't in the right orientation because we want the long grain to be this way. So we're gonna cut the other one.
Measure twice and cut it clean in this workshop where the seam laid the...
It's looking freaking amazing. Last two pieces, we need the triangle over here and the front piece over here. And then we'll be done with all the pieces except for the sliding door.
Now we're going to take a referential measurement here, right here. I
First take.
need triangle. Yes, it's the first take. Believe me. There's gonna be a triangle from here to here. It's not triangle.
Yes, it is.
Triangle.
It's sort of a triangle because you have the last cut. Now we're starting to connect all the panels together. The way we're going to connect them is with the dowels. So this is the back panel that connects over here. This is an example. You can see the piece. We have a hole over here in the end grain, and we have another one here with the dowel. They fit up against each other really, really good, like this. So we're going to do this for the whole strip over here. Yeah.
In the groove.
On the way.
Was about to move. Got that smooth. Hammer in my hand. Looking real.
We have two different drill bits and their depth gauge is set different because on this side we can go on the end grain, we can go all the way in and there's not a problem. But over here,
What?
it's not good. You see, if we use the big one, it would go all the way through. So now we switch it up. We don't need a battery powered hair dryer. We don't need it. We don't need it. Okay, what we're doing is we're using each hole to do the next one. We have this this metal piece over here, which is a guide, and each time we move one to the left. We did the same over here, so we can ensure it lines up perfectly over here.
You don't need to film it.
This
What I told you.
This is what I have to deal with each day. Look. The fuck are you doing? Seen us making all the dominoes. I'm not gonna bore you. All the pieces are lined up this way, so we're gonna make dominoes for all of the joints. Freaking stupid. I wasn't supposed to do the plug over here. The dowel was supposed to do it on top.
And he's right, mistakes were made. And I'm frankly not happy about them.
So I had to cut out of the same material a new dowel.
This
is it.
Woodworking crew. Feel that fire.
Last thing I did is I filled the rim with a bit of sawdust and wood glue. We'll sand it down and we'll see how it looks. Here are all the parts. They took a fuck ton time to make.
Rhythms in the plane. Cut that grain. Sleek design. Got no shame. Funk beats making us sway. Moves in perfect sync like every single
It
day.
needs a bit of persuasion, but at the end everything fits. It's beautiful. Now we need to cut the angles over here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this edge over here. We're gonna mark this with a pencil over here. It out with a jigsaw, most of the material, and then we'll take a flush trim bit. mark it, and it will be perfect, exactly the same shape as the metal base over here. To say that I'm scared at this point is an understatement, because I've worked on this piece for way too long, and if I fuck this up, I'm done. Everything is clamped. We've tested out the first time with the offcut. It's fine, we'll do it. So now we're gonna work the magic with the router. This is the result. Not perfect, there's a bit of bumps, and there's this strip over here because the bit isn't long enough. So I'll have to go through this one also. But we'll sand it down and we'll look good. Next up, the same thing for the top part. Bottom side, this is the top. We're gonna cut the same as we did here, over here. I'm not gonna say what I feel, but I'm feeling this wood. Top notch. The round over didn't go perfectly, but it's pretty good, and I'm loving how it's looking. Next thing we need to do is make the tambourine door that goes over here. Gonna need to cut a groove into it on both sides, here and on the top, and a slot that goes in all the way, plus the tambourine door itself. So because we don't have a clue what we're doing at the tambourine door, we're cutting the slats, and we're gonna use this fabric to join everything up. We'll see how it works, then we'll do the real thing for the cabinet itself. What we're doing is we're taking a flat piece, two slats holding the pieces in place, screwing it in, then we're going to do the same over here, screw it in from both sides, cut the cloth to length, put it on top, glue everything, and then we'll know that everything is straight, and we can test out our tambourine door. Apply the glue. The glue on, we'll apply the cloth. Now we're taking a hot iron and ironing out so everything is straight. And it's also going to warm up the glue so it cures up a bit faster. We're going to pretend that he's taking this out because you already take it out.
It's the first time I'm taking it out.
So after an hour we take it out. We make sure that, see all the glue seams over here? We're going to make sure that they're disconnected from each other so it doesn't become a huge slab. As you can see, it's looking good, and we're gonna let it dry for the rest of the time. Frank, I didn't think this would work so amazing. It's just a proof of concept for now, but you can see it slides around. This is just two pieces of plywood, and the whole thing is freaking amazing. So next up, we need to do this with the real. All the pieces cut to length, width.
Now we're gonna cut them 24 centimeters with the jig.
23.8.
Yada.
We never stop. In a cruise and club, feel alive with the tools we work up and try. In a rhythm, let the full passion guide. Working out day and night, take flight.
This is the setup. I'm gonna route the blocks, and Tomer gonna ascend it.
What did we accomplish today? These are the pieces. They're looking freaking amazing. I was only put a 45 chamfer on all of the sides, and I sanded it. First thing I did is I screwed in this wooden piece, which is the base for everything. Now I'm going to sort out all the pieces with the nice face facing it up, the facing down, sorry. This one, for example, has a knot in it, but it's fine because the fabric is going to stick to it. So we're going to put this one like this. I'm going to sort everything out, and then we'll continue. Now that we got our frame and all the pieces inside in the right orientation where I want them, we're going to spread glue all over this. This is my first time ever in a fabric shop. There was so many options. Thank you, Judith, for telling us what we need and being the best. Then we're going to take this fabric, which is this fake leather. Looks really nice from this side, and from this side it's just normal fabric, and we're going to glue it on. I'm going to let this set for about 30-40 minutes, and afterwards we'll take it apart to ensure that the different strips of wood don't stick together, and only to the fabric itself. Time has passed. We need to take off the clamps. Now we're going to take them out. This is how she's looking great. Now we need to make sure that they're all spaced apart, no glue has come in between them, so that's what I'm doing now. Now we're gonna let this dry, roll it around this paint can. This went amazingly, everything is spot on. The problem now that we have is we need to make a radius turn over here because the whole sliding door needs to come around into the inside. And we don't have a reference point because here it's straight. It's not like over there. Explain your abomination to the...
So, my abomination to... Abominations. Like this. Imagine.
Imagine. We took this scrap piece, which has a radius that we need, clamped it over there and over here, and we are using the router itself, and hopefully it will all go well. At this point, if this works, it will be a miracle. Now we're going to do the same for the top part. Wow. Wow. Wowie. So, looks amazing. It's a bit hard to open because we need to enlarge, make the width of the groove over here a bit bigger. You can see I was only struggling, but it does work. So we're gonna make it a bit wider over here, play with it. We're gonna make the handle out of this T&AWood wood. It's a bit darker because we want a bit of contrast. Try number one. Didn't work, but it's fine. That's what we made 3 of them. So we took this piece over here and it was a bit too fat for us, so we cut it in half, and this is the piece we're going to be using. We're going to put it on the second slat over here. So this is the final piece, how it's looking. See, it's all circular, really nice. We clamped the piece to the tambourine door. Now we're going to let it dry. Pre-finishing the tambourine door because when it will be in, it will be harder to get in. Now that I finished filling all the holes and pots and knots and shit, I'm going to sand everything down. We're at the home stretch. Razuni is wiping down the corners with 120 grit just to break them up so they're not sharp. So that's what Razuni is doing. And I bought this beeswax, this thing over here, and we're gonna put it in the groove itself so it has less friction. Looks amazing. It's even more smooth than before. So we're gonna do that for like 2 or 3 coats. Then we're gonna assemble everything together. Next up, the glue. This is the state we're at, 578,622 clamps, approximately. Zoni is cleaning up the squeeze out inside because there's a lot of it inside. You can see it over here. But everything is working, everything is nice and smooth. So we're gonna let this dry and we'll be back to assemble and put finish. Now that everything is dry, we need to take the clamps off. Do is add the oil-based varnish as a protective finish. And this looks freaking amazing. So let's do that and then we'll be done. Final shots.
We cutting wood, yeah. Sawdust in the air. Thomas bench, Arazides flare. Crafting with precision, every line so rare. From your kitchen to your chair, you want it everywhere. They're ripping tear, making tables with a care. Every notch, every groove, they got skills to spare. Wood grains looking fly like it's beyond compare. Catch them on the channel. Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, she did not like it at all. At this point, we were devastated. Weeks of work, thousands of dollars could go down the drain with one single mistake. She said she wants 2 things. First of all, the epoxy needs to be clear, not this grayish, muddy type.
Ja, benzona.
Now we need to fill it in.
And second thing is she wants the grooves along the seams of the slab to be separate and emboldened. Remember, she wanted the 3 logs to look like they aren't joined together. That's what she wants. That's what she's gonna get.
How you end a T&A project with some good old arak.
If you're liking what we're doing, we really try to expand our channel. Click right here for another video or here. Either one is fine. And stay tuned for more awesome things. Like and sub for more.